National Raisin Day is this Sunday, April 30th, and depending on your feelings about raisins, this could be either cause for celebration or dismay. Some pop dehydrated grapes like Tic Tacs, others would rather die than find them in a butter tart. Either way, there is no neutrality when it comes to raisins. Welcome to Chatelaine's inaugural Great Raisin Debate. To the left is features editor Rachel Heinrichs, who will be taking the pro-raisin position. To the right is executive editor Christina Vardanis, who is staunchly anti-raisin. The rules are as follows. I will read 3 statements. You will each have up to 1 minute to state your position, followed by a 1-minute rebuttal. The winner will receive this very punny Raisin the Bar trophy and the butter tart of their choice. Let's get started. Contestants, please shake hands.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Christina, let's start with you. Statement the first, raisins are nature's candy.
Are they nature's candy? I
You're
don't
fighting
know
with
if
her.
they're nature's candy. And I don't think that anyone could actually say, but my point is this. There is no food on earth that has a more terrible texture than the raisin. It's like a mole fell off of someone's face, landed in a puddle on the sidewalk, soaked up all of that muddy water, dried out in the sun for a few days, and then you put it in your mouth. If you walked by that, would you be like, mole? Because that's what it's like to eat a raisin. Put another way, the next time you have a bunch of raisins in your hand, look down and ask yourself, are you sure they aren't the half-dried droppings of a small forest animal? And can you ever really be sure? That's my point. In conclusion, I will add that not only are they not nature's candy, they are a total waste of wine grapes. And when there's no parent juice in the fridge, everybody's life goes down the tubes.
That was exactly a minute. Rachel.
Yes, it was.
Your rebuttal.
I don't even know where to start. First of all, I think you're focusing too heavily on the aesthetics of the raisin, which frankly is ageist. Just because they're wrinkly does not mean that they should be, that they taste any like a dropping from the forest floor. They're actually sweet little sugar bombs. And I'm sorry, do you dislike naturally occurring sugars? There's one ingredient in a raisin, whereas other candy has multiple ingredients, including glucose, which is terrible for your metabolism. This is just like pure, like nature's sweet sugar on its own. That is all I have.
Perfect. Let's go with the second statement. Christina, you're going to begin this round as well. As baked good toppings, raisins are superior to chocolate chips. You may begin.
No. That's it, really.
Okay.
No. No, seriously, it's just like a hard no.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who would actually think that putting a raisin over a chocolate chip into a baked good is a more delicious thing needs to have a hard look at their life. No.
All right. Mic drop. Rachel, your move.
Well, I guess I need to examine my life now. Raisins are superior because when they're in a baked good, they take on a whole new texture. They make the cookie or the muffin chewy. They plump up into this lovely little sugar bomb. And then when they get to a certain temperature and they get toasty on top, they develop this beautiful sort of rich caramelized depth that they add to the cookie. Also, they don't melt like a chocolate chip, so they keep their integrity, whereas a chocolate chip just loses its integrity entirely. Raisins are good at any temperature.
Do I have a chance for a rebuttal here?
No, you can't rebut a rebuttal. We'll have a free zone at the end. We'll have
Okay.
a free zone at the end where you
Okay.
can kind of unearth any lost arguments.
Okay.
Statement the third. Christina, we're going to start with you again.
Okay.
Raisins are an appropriate trick or treat treat.
So what I would say to that is, if you want to ruin the experience of joy for all children in your life, then yes, they are an appropriate Halloween treat. I think the only point they're left to make here is best illustrated by the late Whitney Houston. I'm going to quote her for a minute. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. When is the last time you heard a child's laugh ring out after eating a handful of raisins?
Powerful stuff. Rachel, your rebuttal?
Oh, Christina. When I was a child, I was not allowed to eat sugar for several years because I was deemed high strung. And I was given raisins as candy. And when I went trick-or-treating, I got those little Sunlight boxes that were red and adorable. And opening that box was pure joy to me. I laughed when I opened that box. And I also think now my sister has children, and I watch them when she gives them like a little handful of raisins. They are totally delighted. Their little squeals ring out. So yeah, I would say that that is the last time that I saw a child experience joy with a raisin. Like, not that long ago.
I actually got kind of emotional when you were talking there for a second. Okay, so now we're going to have kind of a free-for-all round where you unload any last final comments that you'd like to, and then I will deliberate for a half second before choosing the winner. You may proceed. This is free, so you can...
Go ahead.
So I can go first?
Anybody can say anything they want. Safe
Okay.
space.
All I would say is that I understand that when you are starting from a position of deprivation, that a raisin might taste good. without digging too hard into your past. But maybe if you had started with a grape, your life would have turned out differently. That's all I'm saying. The only other thing I will add is that, for me, if we're going to talk about childhoods here, Star Wars was a giant thing in my childhood. Carrie Fisher was a giant hero of mine. Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker was a giant hero of mine. Mark Hamill once said that acting in Star Wars, he felt like a raisin in a giant fruit salad, and he didn't even know who the cantaloupes were. What does that even mean? My point here is that raisins even destroy childhood heroes.
Whoa.
Just went dark.
I don't know if I can beat that. But I do want to speak to your point about how the raisin is inferior to the grape. I totally disagree. I think the raisin is the best parts of the grape. It is all the good parts condensed into a sweet, more compact, and efficient vessel for sugar. That is all.
All right. I'm going to spin around on my stool and deliberate. All right. I've come to my decision. Christina, you made very powerful arguments that were related to childhood, so that got me right in the throat. Rachel, I think you made very good scientific arguments as well, and related to children's joy in general, so I'm really moved by the both of you, but I am going to have to give this one to Christina. If only for the pop cultural references.
I actually agree.
You did very well.
Rachel, you were a formidable opponent.
Totally, I was sweating the entire time.
Please feel free to both enjoy the butter tarts. I'll point out the raisins just in case this
Oh,
gets
I know where they are.
contentious.
You don't need to point them out.
You can see them.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for our first annual Chatelaine Great Raisin Debate. Please feel free to bicker in the comments. This is a highly contentious topic, so we know you will. And hope you have a butter tart filled weekend. See you next time.